1, 2, 3. Alright, so here we are today. Kyle, what are we going to do?
Put the transmission in here.
Alright. So yeah, we're getting down to the nitty and gritty. We're going to put this in, and then put the front diff in, work our way towards the full-wheel drive conversion of this Polaris. So, as you can tell, spin it around a little bit, Kyle. We got the four-wheeler like this without a transmission. It was two-wheel drive. So we removed one bracket because we knew it would be in the way, and we removed the brake setup because we knew it would be in the way of going in before we started the video. So we're hoping that it'll go down in there pretty easy. We yeah, keeping our fingers crossed on this one. So let's get ready, Kyle. Alright, Kyle, pull the cover over. I'm going to try to drop it down in there. Which way is it? There it went. So that was pretty easy. One more. Wow. Hope you guys saw that. So we got to twist it a little bit. Your way. Alright. So what are we stuck? Oh, the mount, I think. Come up. Twist it a little bit. Wiggle it up. There it is. Now we go down. Oh, wait a minute. What are we hitting? Oh, yep. So we're hitting there and there. So, move back a little bit.
Move your hand up.
Move back a little. We're still not all the way down in there though. Let's try to get down in there. If you can see right here, let me get you twisted down in there so you can see. We're hitting right here. And we're actually in the breather tube over here, but we're still not all the way down. It needs a drop. So what are we stuck over on that side? Are we just stuck right here? Oh, there it went. Alright, hand me a bolt. Give me a bolt off the table. The one with the blue stuff on it. Or did I put him over here? Yeah, I got him over here. Alright, we got one bolt in. What else we got? So we got the shaft through over there. Is it lined up over there? So you need to see if you can get a bolt in that hole over there. What I'm wondering... Kyle, come over here and help. What's it look like to get that bolt in? So it needs to go transmission down. Let's see, we're stuck on the motor here. So what I'm wondering is if we can tilt the motor. Like tilt this piece up out of the way. Like take this motor mount off. Give me the gun for the 9/16. It should be already on the bench. What's on the gun? Let me see the half inch first. It might be a half inch. I ain't gonna be able to get on that one. I'm gonna need a wrench. Give me a wrench. Huh? Yeah, give me the half inch ratchety wrench. So what I'm thinking about is we're stuck right here and we're hitting the air tube on the other side. Point at the air tube right there. Huh? The air tube right there. And we're hitting already on the belt breather tube. So maybe we can tilt the motor and see if it can go down in there. But right now I don't know if this four-wheel drive conversion is going to work because of the clearance problems right here and right there. I'm afraid if I tilt the motor too much, it throws the belt off over there. Now, maybe some of you guys could tell me if the four-wheel drive belt setup is longer, to where we can slide the motor forward and still retain the belt drive off the Polaris 400 if the motors are the same. Because right now it's not going to work. So, tilt the motor. Pull up on that. Yeah, just pull up, tilt it. There we go, like that. Alright. Now see if the motor is up there like that. It gives us clearance for days.
Except for the breather.
Well, the breather was up too. Pull up on your belt. Pull up on the belt drive. See? If it'll go in there like that, look at all the room we have.
This there's extend. It extends out.
Well, we can make that bracket effect. Turns out to be what we need to do. But like I said, our problem is the belt length now. So we need to prop something under the motor and get this bolted in. So give me that big socket off of that ratchet. Luca, come over here. Grab that socket. Come over here. When I tilt the motor, put it down underneath there. Set the motor on. Kyle, lift up on that. Ready? There we go. Now, let's get this bolted in. See how much clearance we got now? That might be the ticket. If the belt drop stays the same length. So, get over there and see if you can get that other bolt in. Here, take your bolt. Because we have this bolt back here too. Did that one line up?
No. Oh, yeah.
So that one's lined up. Let's see if we can get this belt drop off. So, oh, it is lined up. Where's that bolt? Well, it was. I just moved it. Alright, what we're trying to do is get this bolt hole lined up. Well, it was lined up. What's the transmission hit now? Sent the motor again. Let me twist it.
I think the motor fell back on.
Lift up on the motor. Alright. There?
No, down this.
I don't know what your down or up is.
You pick up on that side.
I can't pick up that side. That side has a bolt in it. Here, let me see. There's a cover. You can see it. Kyle, give me the big wrench with the point on it. Oh, it's hitting up. We need to raise the frame because it's sitting on the table of the transmission.
So you're gonna move back a little.
Just, we need to put something under the frame right there. Watch out, going that way. Watch out, watch out. So grab something else to slide underneath that frame. Got me small. Back to it. Alright, I don't know if you can see it, but it's hitting right there. The webbing of the transmission right here is hitting the frame, so it won't allow it to drop down in there on the other side on the bolt. I think, come over here. I think to clear the motor is to tilt the motor forward like we have it sitting down here. We got the motor propped up, and there's a lot of clearance there in which we could come way back into this if we took those things out, which would allow the motor to drop back down where it was. So we might actually be good to go to the other side. Right here's what we're talking about. It wouldn't fit earlier, and then the breather tube, we didn't have room for it. So with the motor propped up from the bottom, see if we take out some of our shims for the prop, allow the motor to come down in there a little bit more. We still have more clearance, and then we have clearance for the belt, or breather. But our problem is, did we change the length of the belt by doing that?
Oh, we did.
And that's going to be our next dilemma. Maybe you YouTubers know that if the four-wheel drive belt's longer, can we swap out the cover, put a four-wheel drive belt on it, and we're good? That's our hard question right now, because right now we've changed the length of the motor to get it to work. And let's see if we can pull out. There we go. So that kind of.
Oh, pick this up.
Oh, there we go.
Pull this up. Let me keep pulling.
Should be pretty easy. We should know what we're doing by now. So,
Are you looking for a snare here to this side?
no, there's no mount bolt on that side. So I just need to pull this one out to wiggle it. Let me get the socket. Pull that out. So, as you can see, actually, it kind of fell down in there with this bolt. Look at it. Let's see if you can put this bolt in the other side. Is it this bracket that's in the way?
No.
Try it now. Well, Luca, it won't lift. You've got to realize that there's no room in there. You got to look in the hole and tell me where it's got to go. It's in? Well, maybe it was this bracket that was holding it from going over.
Like, you could put a screw in that bracket.
Oh, wow. Maybe that was it. Maybe we just started the wrong bolt hole first.
I just got to do a little petty.
Grab the camera. Yes, the camera is on, so back it up. Back it up. Where's the big crowd wrench? Where's the rest of the camera? Whoa, I think it's mounted. Can you get that bolt in over? still think it's that webbing is hitting down there? I see now. See how much room we have? How much belt is out of the way? Tilt it up. More pull out. Alright. YouTube, this is what we got right now. I mean, after we got it bolted in, it does bolt in. And as you can see, we're hitting right here on the breather for the belt. But we got plenty of clearance over here now. And we got plenty of clearance down in there. Now, we were about to give up on this, but we think we might be able to fix it. Problem, I think, is going to be the belt, our belt drive. Is it going to be long enough? Is the four-wheel drive belt set up longer to where we can swap out the covers and the belt and do adjustments over there for the intake pipe? Is the 325 motor the same setup as the 400 and the 500 motors? Because right now, if that wasn't hitting, it would work. The breather tube. So what we're going to do now is we're going to spin it around, and we're going to try to put the front diff in and see if that'll work without any problems. And then if that'll work, we'll come back and address the belt length and the motor fitment problem. So we're going to pause you for a minute. All right, here we go. We're going to put the diff in to see if it'll work with where the transmission is in the frame right now. Make sure we don't have to modify anything else to make it work before we try to remount the motor and deal with the belt situation on the motor. So the only other thing I just noticed, transmission, is the back crossbow. Where will it go in? Where's the pointing wrench? Where's the wrench with the big point? Flashlight? Flashlight. Oh yeah, it'll go in. Well, I need that crossbow just to put it in. There. See if you get that bolt in that hole there. And then another bolt. Cool. So now we know that that rear bolt will go in. So here comes the diff. Woohoo! Go back there, Luca. We got it into the motor or the transmission. Oh, spray some lube on that so we don't have to beat that thing off to get it out. Hold on, Lucas. Spray some lube into that piece so we don't have to beat it again to get it out. Spray it on the shaft and inside the... You ready? Now remember, it might not go in because of the frame. We might have to dimple the frame. So that was our other... Not going to go in? That's fine. Huh?
Yeah.
There it went. Sits that rubber seal in there. That rubber seal seals against this shaft to help keep dirt from going in there, but there's nothing to keep it from going in that way though. So this definitely has to stay lubed to help keep water and everything out. So, bolt in. No, it's the wrong thread. I don't know where this bolt came from. Oh, I think this is out of that Honda too. Remember they had the wrong bolt in that one spot? So I need another one of those bolts. Look on the table. Over there. On the workbench. Huh? It's the same size as this, but it's different threads. I did have some in here. Like this one right here might be it. Yeah, that worked. I got it. Give me a 9/16 ratchet wrench. Under there. Let me get you off the stand here. But that's what the motor propped up on that socket. You can see how much gap we have back there in the mounts. Which, no biggie. We can make spacers to hold that up to get our clearances up here to get the motor in it. And I wonder if that's what Polaris did. If they just tilted the motor a little bit to make it all work. And what I'm thinking is if we drop that front mount, it should tilt the motor and the center line of the motor back, pull the motor back, and then we drill another hole. We might get our belt alignment back into where it needs to be. We need to look at the other four-wheel drive frame and measure that front hole, and it could be just the mount itself, swapping out to a four-wheel drive mount up here to get the clearance we need on everything. So we're going to pause all the videos. We're going to come back out front and talk to you about what we just did and what our plan of action is, since we do know that things will bolt in as far as the transmission went, and discuss our next video. Alright. Well, at the end of this video, we did learn, or now we're at the end of the video, we did learn that the front diff will bolt in, and it went through and lined up with the transmission. So the diff is in, drive shaft is in, no dimpling of the frame, and you can spin the transfer case, the transmission, and the front shaft turns. So that's, we call that a success. Our next dilemma is figuring out how to mount the motor, get the motor and the belt alignment back into play without spending the money, or if we do need to spend the money, get the four-wheel drive belt set up. I don't know if the drive belt for four-wheel drive is longer or shorter or the same as the two-wheel drive. Because right now this is set up as the two-wheel drive belt and belt system. So I don't even know if this will be even the right gear ratio for a four-wheel drive. So maybe some of you guys out there in the scrambler world will know. But as far as we know, stuff we are doing right now is actually working. It's our dilemma with the belt length. So that's our dilemma. We're going to get the video up. Please subscribe, like, and share. We want to get more people into the channel. The more people that come in, the more people can help us figure out the direction we need to go, whether different mounts in the front, different mounts in the rear, space them, drop them forward, back. And is the 325 was it ever a four-wheel drive Polaris? And is it the same as the 400, the 350 I think that's out there, and the 500? If the motor itself is the same, to where we just got to get the right motor mounts to make it work. So we're getting out of here. We're going to start editing this video and get it out there to you guys. Thanks.